My story is a little different from everybody else. And it really began way back in Barbados. And when I left high school, I did not know exactly what I wanted to do, but I was very strong in the sciences, mathematics, chemistry, biology, all those sciences. But I always felt that they would take me someplace. And they did. I was able at the age of 19 to go to London to study engineering. And I went there just as a young kid out in a new environment. And I studied engineering there. When I graduated, I have some friends who were in school with me, and they decided to go do their master's. I said, no, I'm not going to do a master's. I'm going to do my licensure. And the driving force for that is every time I open the newspaper and look at a job, it asks for a chartered engineer. So chartered engineer is equivalent to a PE here in the United States. So that was my motivator, is to get my chartered license. I mean, I'm not knocking education. The master's degree is great, but the fundamental core was to be that chartered engineer, as everybody looked for a chartered engineer. And that same value has taken me across the world into very many different places and worked with many firms. I left London and I came to the United States, migrated to the United States. And again, every job I applied for, I had a PE and I was hired. They hired me for two reasons: because I was a token person that they could put into place, and I know myself, I know what to do, and they could put me up and said, well, I have a chartered engineer or a professional engineer here doing this job. And that's a really key part, is that you got to market yourself, you got to believe in yourself and set goals for yourself that will take you many places. That drive that I had ended up with me being the executive director at a city hospital in Harlem, managing a $300 million project. $300 million project to build a separate wing of a hospital. And one experience I had is I was at the table sitting down, and the chief architect from the hiring company, he was kind of ignoring me. So I just let him go on. And then I said at the end, do you know who hired you? And that changed his outlook completely. And he didn't know I was a PE. He didn't get to find out by asking who I am. And he found out that I was a PE. And his outlook changed completely, because you have established yourself and put yourself in a position. He was not an RA, but he was a lead architect on the project. So what I'm saying to young folks out there, you got to know yourself, structure yourself, position yourself, that one day you could become the person, like that was said in the glass ceiling, that you would break the glass ceiling and get up there, and you be the person up top of the pyramid. And that's what you got to strive for. And in order to strive to get to the top of the pyramid, there's certain fundamental things you have to do. Get your license.